Hi, it's Diane. I'm back again ready to do another page for the Domestic Arts Journals. We just did this one with the apron pockets, and I forgot to complete this little pad of papers to stick in there for the other two journals. So I'm just going to do that real quick. I have these. These are great for domestic arts. There's a telephone, memo pad, and a grocery shopping list here. And I just need a little scrap of something to sew at the top to make it decorative. I think I'll use this. This came off a vintage sheet. And I like the colors. Several layers there, so I'm going to wrap it around the top. Just like that. Straight stitch for this one. Well, it bunched up my little piece of fabric there. Oh, I'm sorry, you couldn't see me. There's one. Might as well do the same with this one. Save time searching for something. So I can move on to the next page. Alrighty, that takes care of them. I don't even know if this one will fit in that smaller pocket. It probably won't. But if it doesn't fit, I'll find something else to put in there, and that can go somewhere else. So, the page we're going to do now looks like this. It's a piece of cardstock, patterned cardstock. I cut it smaller, shorter than it needed to be, and folded it unevenly. So this is a full-size page, but this isn't, and that way I could do another pocket page, this time using a page out of a quilt book, and it's about quilters. This one I actually sewed in upside down, but you can read what this quilter had to say. The things that they say are so cute, so I sewed it so that you could read that, but I'm sorry I put it in upside down. Pardon me. And then I just decorated the pocket there with a little scrap of Aida cloth for cross-stitch embroidery, a little playing card. And this is a piece of an old patchwork quilt that's quite damaged, but I left it as it is. So that's what we're going to make. So here is the first page. I'm going to start by putting on the little scrap of Aida cloth, and I'll use this card. How did I do that? Oh. I've got so much clutter on my table here. This one just shows some of the quilters that they interviewed. So this is the same way that we did the other pocket, it's just shorter. And in this pocket there will be this card. It's a copy dyed index card, and I cut this image out of my 1969 McCall's pattern book, and just a Betty Crocker recipe card will go in there. On this side of the page I need to put a patchwork pocket. What I do with my quilt pieces, I left them over there. So again, it's a very damaged quilt. I'm gonna just zigzag across the top to kind of contain these loose pieces. This blue fabric kind of just wore away in strips. Interesting the way it did that. Actually, I'm gonna put it so that it's not a finished edge, but I'll put it so that's at the top. But I'm going to zigzag across the top. Now I will zigzag it to the page, and that will help keep the edges from fraying. Got to go back and do that again. Kind of went off the edge there. We always talk about awkward angles while we're videoing, and it really does affect performance, I think. So I'm going to stitch this again. And I might as well go up this side again. Okay. So there's another special piece in these journals, this old vintage quilt that someone hand quilted. You can see the tiny, tiny little stitches. It's not extremely well quilted, but those stitches are tiny. Gotta give them credit. And then I have this another image. This is from a 1980s pattern book that I stitched to some cardstock, and that goes in there. So I think this one's done. This is a Ming vase on this card. And again, there's a picture of a quilter on here. This picture was taken in 1974, Rosie. The names are fun to read too. Vera. The other one says WM, so I don't know what her first name is, but her name is Vera, and they're in Clovis, New Mexico. That one's in pretty bad shape. I've made things before in the past out of old quilts that were not in good shape, but these kind of pieces would have been thrown away. I made teddy bears and little stuffed hearts, and I don't remember what else. But I wouldn't have used those pieces. So junk journaling gives us a chance to use more of the damaged goods, vintage handmade goods. Tuck her in there. A recipe. And this girl. There's another page done. I'm going to take a break for lunch and see what's next on the agenda. I'll upload these videos while I'm eating lunch. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.